This is another Poets Award General Report. And here's your General, Joshua David Ling.
Good luck.
Hey guys, what's up? It's been a minute. No glasses right now. That feels weird. But, you know, we have some kids over playing in the other room. I thought I'd just sit and do this video. Plan on doing these every week-ish. Getting back to the original format of the General's Report. It's me sitting, talking to camera, maybe occasionally other clips. Things have been really insane lately. Like, I'm talking really insane. The van that we spent several years paying off, probably about close to 7, um, it died on us right the week after we paid it completely off. And so we're without a vehicle at the moment. We have some irons in the fire, might happen soon, but because we were so aggressive in paying it off, along with some other debt, we don't have the money for that right now. So we've been getting rides where we can, working on other options as far as figuring out what we can do. But yeah, moving forward nonetheless. I have been working on The Office. You'll see a huge improvement in the way that it looks in upcoming videos, working on lighting, working on all kinds of other things to make it a lot cooler. I've been really pleased with how that's going. You'll notice now General's Report is on this channel. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be on the Poets at Work Creative Network or not. Still figuring that out. Still figuring out a few other sorts of things. But with the restructuring is coming a lot more clarity for the way everything is organized. Alex, his wife Debbie, Brendan, some other people have really given a lot of good input on this. And I am trying my best to make it very clear what is what. And this channel's main purpose is the poetry. And as a secondary focus, focusing on me as an artist. I get to speak and do things more the way I would do them, not have to worry about specifics in regard to other folks, and I can do more promotion of folks on the Brood channel, which was the Joshua David Ling Poetic Storyteller channel. Yeah, I have a million things going. And people have said before many times, why do you do so many things? Why don't you just focus on one thing? I think what it really comes down to for me is that these are anything that I have done has actually made it through an even bigger process of eliminating things that I know don't, and eliminating things that I know are not worth doing. So, with that said, the things that are still here, you know what? Let's run them down real quick. We've got Burnt Marshwiggle is now the current leader at the beginning of the month for the Poets at Work Creative Network. Me talking with Alex and whoever else about deep, swampy topics. Follow that with Creators and Crusaders, which has become the most hard thing to keep going for whatever reason. It's kind of how Poets at War started. I mean, it technically started with the General's Report, but the main format for a long time was me just finding who could talk and getting an interview with them. And sometimes I'd have 2 in a week, and other times I'd have several weeks without anybody. That was largely due to the fact that it's hard to nail down everybody, even for a once a month podcast. We have a lot of people that we want to have on. We had Toby Sumter on, and we lost the recording. We've since fixed that. Let me do a side tangent here. There is a plugin for Discord. It is amazing. It is called Craig. I don't know if you call them plugins, but you know what I mean. It's a bot. And it is incredible. It actually records multi-track audio through Discord channels, and I am such a fan. It is really, really, truly awesome. So now we won't be losing recordings, Lord willing. I lost internet connection this past time, and we would not have lost the recording if even then, if that had been the case. So yeah, we have Creators and Crusaders. That's the second Friday of every month. Third Friday of every month is Poetry Boot Camp. Just recorded the latest one that is releasing tomorrow. And I am seriously, seriously pleased with it. It has become one of my favorite shows to do. Working with Daniel Reed, Alex, Brendan, it has been so much fun having a true writer's room podcast where we're actually creating a show together. To be honest with you, it has gone so well that I would love, maybe in the future, we have more people, we have more time, actually producing more Poetry Bootcamp style podcasts where we're actually working on some of my other stories. I think that would be really fun. But I want to get my stories out there first. I want to get the stuff that I've already written in the format that you can see on this channel now if you want to go see it. We're building out individual poems. We're building out full episodes, and then unlisting, I should say, the poems, the individual poems, but keeping them in their own little playlist. And we're going to be having the full episodes there once they're done, and a full compilation to where you can be like, okay, I want to watch all of Guardians of Atlanta. Okay, here it is. Here's the compilation of everything so far, and updating that as we go. As far as the last, sometimes we have another month. It can kind of be whatever at this point. It's usually another burnt marshwiggle, but it just depends on how it goes. So sometimes you have a fourth week that is not the last week. But the last week of the month is the Broodcast. And of course, the Broodcast has been sort of the bread and butter of the Poets at War Creative Network for a while now. It is a wonderful show. And the fact that anybody can join the Discord and join in the conversation, I think is huge. And I'm looking forward to expanding it in the future. We're almost to the point where I need to expand it now and have 2 days of recording in the final week. One for people who can't make it on the Friday, and then possibly do a Thursday or something, or just during the last week being available to record your video and give you some direct feedback from myself, and then put it into the show. Possibly even watch the recordings on the Friday show, and there's so many options there, is my point. So many options to expand the Broodcast. We're almost to the point where we can do that, but we need to continue growing. I've begun reaching out to more people individually through social media, people who actually follow what I do. And that's been pretty good so far. Had a few conversations with people. I'm finding people are moving away from so much of the friending and posting, and then just, just straight up saying, hey, this is me, this is what I do, check it out if you have time, if that's something you're interested in. I know I've found things that way, people advertising directly, cold messaging, right? Now you don't want to do a lot of that all at once, because then you'll be flagged as a spammer, but I'm trying to at least once every day message someone and say, hi, this is who I am, this is what I do. And I think that's going to pay dividends in the long run, but you have to stay consistent. I've been rebuilding a lot slower this time than I have in previous times. There's still stuff to do. Jubal's wardrobe is becoming something else entirely, and it's going to be on this channel, not on the Poets at Work Creative Network. Poets at Work Creative Network is for the brood. It's for the people who are, you know, trying to make cool stuff and be this Lewis E. Tolkien-y group. We are the Poets at War Creative Network, after all. Hoping to get some new shows on there. I've been talking with Ian Wilson about a show. I think he'd be an amazing host. So we'll see if we can get that going. But this channel is 3 things. Number 1, most important, my stories, my epic poetry, the actual fruit of my artistic endeavors. Number 2, the General's Report, me talking to you like this, telling you about what life is like as a bard, right? Someone who is a full-time bard, who is working his rear end off, trying to keep afloat. And honestly, I've been doing a lot better this past year. Yeah, we've had some major setbacks like the car, but even that's getting taken care of over time, as long as we're staying consistent, right? I want to encourage and supply you guys with that encouragement as much as I possibly can. And then the last thing is Jubal's wardrobe. Now, Alexander Robertson is a big fan, and I know a lot of people who are part of the Brood who are big fans of what I did with the poetic essays, but also just video essays in general. And I want to do video essays on a higher level. I want to do nonfiction on a higher level because there is a lot of things that I still want to say. I don't just want to talk to camera. I want to actually write something out and be clear about what I'm saying and put it forward in a way that is still artistic, but you know, a little bit more of the nonfiction academic side. Not my favorite thing to do, but I think I have some very important things to say in that regard, and I think that there's fun, creative ways to do that. The first one, I need to film at church. Now, I do go to church still. We're still getting rides to church, but I have yet to pack up my backpack in the way that I need to film at church and, you know, set aside the time and all that stuff. But when we do, I'm going to have an interesting video essay on the topic of why your Christian family needs a bard. So, with that being said, I think that's everything that I have for now. I really just need to start turning the camera on and talking to you guys more. Not worrying about all the extra editing, not worrying about all the other sorts of things. With that being said, I'm still figuring this out, but I appreciate you guys being here with me. Everybody be your family's bard. Do not turn to the right or to the left, and the Lord will be with you wherever you go. We'll see you next time in the trenches on Poets at War.